Okay, it would appear we're online. I honestly have no idea why I'm doing this. It's been a while, so give me a moment to get back into the entire streaming thing. And yeah, today I decided to do a little bit of Heroes 4. Why would I do that? Mostly for a few reasons. First off, because I want to say I am back. I apologize for the very long silence. It wasn't quite planned. Things just went horribly wrong in several ways, and I am currently on the way of fixing them. It's been mostly a problem of me being pretty, well, a lot of things. But let's do first things first. Today we're going to play Heroes 4. One of the more, I think it's one of the less well-received titles of the series, mostly because it did abandon quite a few concepts that people got to know and kind of like from the first games. It has an awful lot of campaigns. Now, I haven't played any of the expansions. Gotta say that as it is. I have actually played, if we look into the new game, a lot of scenarios, campaigns, and campaigns. I'm not sure which one's the first one. So out of those, I've played the first, I think 3. I finished those. Did I finish them? I'm not sure. I still remember I finished this one for sure, the first one. The second one as well. I think those ones I started and never got to finish, and this one I never touched. I think I did this one as well. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It also has a bunch of intros. We can actually look at those cinematics. We'll do that right now. I also have to see if the video does what I want it to do, which I will do in the most old-fashioned way I can feasibly do, which is actually running the video on my phone, because that's the most accurate depiction I can get, apparently. So I just remember the YouTube streaming site doesn't really give me the most accurate feedback. This is mostly also just a test for me to get back into streaming. Let me just open that while we wait, because again I have no idea if this is actually working as intended. We haven't lost any frames according to Fraps, not to Fraps, to OBS. Come on, YouTube. Okay, I also just noticed the video is all over the place, which is kind of annoying. I have to sort that out in a moment. Give me a second. Should probably set that stream to private. Okay, what was that? I think it was this one. Does that work now? Okay, wait for that to happen. All the fun things to set up. Okay, that at least looks a bit better. Give it a moment. Yeah, that's actually okay. So, apologies for that. It's been a while. I don't know how the audio balancing is, by the way. But let's look into the first cinematic.
To all things comes an end. We are no more than a character in a story, our lives easily extinguished by an arrow or a stone. bound together by the power of two swords and a mutual destiny. And then the sword of Frost and Armageddon's blade clash. A blinding flash. Another turn of the page. The destruction brings earthquakes, volcanoes, floods, and deaths uncounted, and acts of bravery too. Just when it seems we are doomed, we flip the page once more, and countless fortunate refugees flee through portals into another world. Is this the end of our tale? No. We are the pawns of fate. There are still many pages to turn. And to all things comes a beginning.
So, this was actually one of the only of the cinematics I do remember. I believe I actually see this character again in one of the campaigns, which is kind of fun. Now, Heroes 4, as I said, has abandoned quite a few concepts and has brought in a few new ones. So we'll look into those and well, we'll see if we like the game or not. Not all of the sequences are actually told, so you're gonna hear me read a whole lot. And, well, in between I'll also try to talk about a few things that have happened, that have transpired, that have actually caused me to not stream for a while. For now, let's get into the first campaign. I will look into the...
I have been the loyal squire of Lord Lysander for more than 12 years. My name is not important because history takes no notice of people like me. Lysander, however, is different. I have known since I first set eyes on him that he would change the world.
Okay, so, yeah, campaigns. I actually like those campaigns. They're very, very good stories, in my opinion. Okay, so Lord Lysander gathered the remnants of the kingdom of Erathia and formed the new kingdom of Palaedra. But his greatest threat comes in the form of a knight who claims he is the last surviving member of the Griffinheart line. Lysander knows in his heart that this man is lying, so he embarks on a quest accompanied by some friends to uncover the truth of this usurper's ancestry. So we have a few settings here. We'll go with intermediate because that's the medium setting apparently. So, scenario, this is also something we'll have to read. And I will read that out. So, Palaedra is in turmoil after a knight named Sir Walton, claiming to be the Griffinheart heir and rightful ruler of the kingdom, publicly draws the Griffinheart blade from its scabbard, something only a Griffinheart can do. Lord Lysander remains in control of Palaedra, but the rebellious knight is gaining popularity. Some of the nobles have already pledged their allegiance to Sir Walton, and have seized control of 4 of Palaedra's gold mines to fund his army. Okay, now one of the things I know about the intro sequence there is that basically the first games happened on Erathia, which is a world that apparently has been riddled with all sorts of paradoxes and retconning and stuff like that. So when they made the 4th game, they decided to do a clean cut and to basically start with a blank slate. So they said, okay, you know what, we're going to end the world, we're going to start anew. And I think most of the campaigns happen in this new world, which is kind of fun. I was kind of shocked when I first played this. I said I've played Heroes 4 back in, I think around 2005 or 6, maybe 2004. I forgot the exact year, but I don't think I played it when it first came out. Anyway, it was quite interesting. As I said, I didn't like it in the beginning. But there are a few things that you only have to appreciate. At least I think you have to appreciate. So let's get into this. Okay. Yeah, this is basically what we had before. And now we get to read. Now, I think this is one of the things that did not go over too well with Heroes 4. You have to read a whole lot. I will do all the reading, of course. So, I have been the loyal squire of Lord Lysander for more than 12 years. My name is not important, because history takes no notice of people such as myself. Lysander, however, is different. I have known since I first set eyes on him that he would change the world. When we first met, Lysander had been a teen with web-thin whiskers on his chin. I learned later on that he had only been 16 when Queen Catherine knighted him. Everyone thought he was older because of his size. Even then he had been strong-willed and single-minded with an idealistic drive to make the world a better place. Perhaps if I were a proper historian, I would begin my story at the beginning. I would write all of the attack on Lysander's family that separated him from his siblings, killed his parents, and forever fueled his hatred for the evil necromancers who performed the deed. I would tell of his quick rise in the Erathian ranks, and how he became one of Queen Catherine's favourite knights. Perhaps I would even tell you how he led thousands of refugees through the portals to this new world before the Reckoning claimed the old one. But I will not. I will tell you of the events that took place 4 years after the Reckoning. Lysander was hard at work making his dream of a utopian kingdom where no one goes hungry and everyone feels safe a reality. He didn't notice the atmosphere of dissatisfaction brewing in Paladra. Too many of the nobles were displeased with Lysander's insistence that we leave the old world and its memories behind and start over. The nobles who clung to the old ways liked their position in society. It was probably foolish for Lysander to expect him to just forget. But then, when Lysander sets a goal for himself, nothing can sway him from his course, not even logic. Whatever the reason for the rebellion, it was the perfect climate for Sir Wharton to appear. Wharton stepped before Paladra's court and claimed that he was the illegitimate child of King Griffinheart, and thus the rightful heir of Paladra as well. He used Lord Lysander's own argument against him. All these years, Lysander refused to call himself King of Paladra because he insisted that since no royal blood flowed through his veins, he didn't deserve to be called king. Sir Wharton's most convincing proof of his identity was the Griffinheart blade. Believed missing or destroyed during the Reckoning, Sir Wharton presented the magical weapon to the court. To everyone's surprise, Wharton drew it from its jewelled scabbard. It is well known that the enchantment forged into that glorious weapon allows only one of Griffinheart blood to draw it. Retaining control of Paladra became difficult for my master after that. It took all of Lysander's considerable leadership skills to hold on to his position when half the country called for him to step down from the throne. In the end, Sir Wharton and his supporters swore they would take the throne by force if they had to. War was imminent. So yeah, graphically, I think it doesn't look too bad, really. Here we have our heroes. We have Lysander. And let's look into that. So we have our skills. We have a name. Oh yeah, there is actually a history to every hero. So we have potions which can actually drink in battle, I think. We have a crossbow. We have some units here. This guy has some squires and some crossbowmen, obviously. And we have some more heroes. We have this person here, Kathleen. Although Kathleen came from a large, wealthy family, she always pitied those who weren't as fortunate as her. I think this is a generic hero. I think this guy as well. Or maybe not. I don't know. So, don't expect me to be very, very good at this. I've just had a very long shift and I'm kind of tired. I just decided to basically do this stream just so I can do a stream again. Okay, we have the city menu. Cities don't look too bad. One of the things is, I think the last two buildings basically exclude each other. So you can't have a monastery and a barracks, or a knight's chapel and an altar of light, which makes it a bit annoying if you want to, well, if you want to get stuff going. One thing I want to look at is the, those are the spells. You always get a nice little saying with those. I like that for the fluff, and somewhere here should be a tavern. It's a prison. Yeah, heroes can be captured now. They can also die in battle and basically be lost. There we go. So unlike in previous games, you can basically recruit everything that's fitting your alignment. So I think we are of the life alignment here, which would be you can always recruit the kind of a power hero and a magician hero. And because we are of the light alignment or life alignment, we can basically recruit heroes as we wish from the life alignment or the nature alignment. As usual, we get the kind of might and the magic hero, and from the order alignment. Yeah, your class is basically directed or defined by what skills you have. So if you, I think I've mentioned this already, but if you, for example, pick order and, let's say, death magic, which you will inevitably be offered, you can pick some very, very weird classes. Although I'm not sure if you can do all of those in the campaign. Anyway, let's get a... do you want a ballista or a guardhouse? I think I'll go with the ballista. Can I also recruit everything at once? I think, yeah, that's here. Recruit those. Everything has a various perks and traits here. There's the recruit everything button. Okay, where's Lysander? He's over here. Can we get him into there? No, we can't. Okay, I would like more ballistas there. If you know me, you know I'm a sucker for ranged weapons. Especially in the Heroes games, because ranged weapons are great. More so in this game, because... okay, could you move into that now? We want everything there. Okay, let's just move them down there. Like that. Okay, Shrines of Magic. I believe Lysander is actually a hero that you will retain, so whatever he learns here... ooh, sweet. Oh no, not sweet. We have to learn basic light magic. Ooh. We find a Crest of Valor, which gives us morale. Morale is a very important thing here. Get a generic longsword as well. Someone has slain a wealthy merchant and left him here in the path with a longsword still in his back. You remove the sword, examine the plain weapon. Nothing to indicate who might be responsible, but the sword is still true and strong, so you keep it. As for the murder, the trader's code. There is nothing you can do. Okay, and the Potion of Luck. Some unlucky adventurer must have met his fate at this spot, because you find his backpack among some bones and torn clothing. If he clearly met such a fate, I don't think the Potion of Luck was worth its money. Okay, so yeah, those are some gems that will disappear. Ooh, nice. A skill for free. Learning skills for free is, I guess, beneficial. Now, what I try to do is I usually try to group all my stuff together. Like, I try to get the same buildings in all the places, even though you actually no, you don't have that many army slots. And very important here is that your heroes do have their own positions. You can actually have several heroes in the in your army, and that makes for an exceptional army. We'll actually want the money for now. We'll go with experience later on, but in this case we'll stick with money. We need all of the money we can get. Get some ballistae. High everything. I think we'll send Orin and whoever the other guy was, the lady priest was, out together, I think. We can get peasants from here. Why not? I think peasants give you money. Yeah. They give you 1 money each turn. You can never have enough money in this game. Okay. Now what you want to be careful with is that only artifacts you have equipped here actually count towards your stuff. In Heroes 2 you had your artifact bar. Like you could have all the artifacts. You could have 15 swords and you would use every single one of those. Okay, that's a neutral army. Do you want to try that? Let's do it. Okay, so they get the first move, and something important here is that everything will move at the same time. It is everything will attack. So you have your hero. This is actually our hero. And this was one of the most, I think, controversial things about Heroes 4, was that your hero could be on the battlefield as well. Which for beginning heroes would be very, very annoying because they would die a lot, and later on they would be tearing through the opposition. So, yeah, once they passed a certain point, they would be killing machines. And I think the appearance actually changes with, you see, both attack and defense happen at the same time. I think you only get one attack though. Also, let's just look at the settings. Settings. I would like to actually show movement shadows and a combat grid. It looks a bit annoying, but I think you'll soon get used to it, and it's definitely worth having. You can see the hero is taking quite a beating, even from those two sprites. And those actually have the advantage of not being subject to retaliation attacks. I can't see how many I would kill, which kind of bothers me. I think I actually need a skill for that. Okay, that worked out nicely. Kill that. Now they have a terrible morale. I think that happens when they see a lot of their mates die. Okay, you kill that. Yeah, this is something I didn't like about this game at first, because having this inability to actually fight them, or to get the first attack in, and basically make sure you don't lose anyone, was kind of annoying to me. I didn't like it. I prefer to actually be able to clearly know that I will win and that there will not be retaliation. As you can see, it's very hard to actually get a lossless fight in here. Unless, of course, you have the advantage, and you get in the first strike, and you have ranged attackers. Now, I have to also admit that I don't quite remember how which skills were the best. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll learn basic combat. It's a very good skill. At least for the might heroes, like Lysander is. Something else I forgot was whether or not you basically get new troops. Yeah, you get new troops every day, which I think is also a change from the old way heroes, past Heroes games did it, where you'd basically gain new troops every week, and you could then recruit them. Here you gain troops every day. Actually, I do want to fight them. Now you want to be careful with your heroes. That said, they will be very, very vulnerable at first, and I think this guy has a much better tactic, or much better. You can see we're actually, those guys are behind an obstacle, so they will take less damage. Now, in this case, you actually have the melee guys in the front row and the ranged guys at the back, which I suppose does make sense. I'm not doing too much damage to them right now. I guess you want to defend. I apologize for the black bars on the side, by the way. Not sure when I'll stream Heroes 4 next. This is just, as I said, for the fun of it. Because I felt like doing some streaming. Ooh, very nice shot. Very nice shot. You see our morale here. They have -2. I'm not sure where they get a -2 from. I believe it's because they don't have a leader or something. They actually should have a neutral morale, so plus or minus 0. Okay, these guys will attack. Okay, 8 is not too bad. 8 damage we can safely tank. Okay, can we kill them? We'll actually take those out. That was lossless because your hero can later on very easily tank the first attack. I think this is working out nicely for now. Okay, yeah. Hit him. And you do the rest. Wonderful. Now, most of your heroes will actually learn very powerful spells and abilities over time, which is very convenient. Okay, do I want to fight wolves? I don't think I want to fight those wolves just yet. Wolves seem dangerous, and there's free stuff we can grab. So let's do that first. Those are, by the way, portals. I believe if we take one that looks similar to this one, we can... Yeah, so this portal should lead us here, and this one should lead us here. Which basically is the game's way of giving you an easy way to move troops and heroes. Ooh, holy what is that? Nice. So yeah, potions. You can use those in battle as well. They basically act as one-time use spells, I think. Let's grab some resources. You can never have enough of those. Just go there. Okay, we need some life magic. Actually possible to learn that somewhere. I think you either need to level up for that or you can learn it in a mage's guild. What you can definitely learn skills from is in the seminary, which we can't build in this scenario. It teaches the basic levels of 4 skills. It shows them secondary skills of for tactics, combat, life magic, auto magic, and nature magic. Yeah, this is basically, you can pick those skills up and you can basically pre-form your heroes, if you will. So if you know you want to teach that hero, let's say, light magic, you can make sure you get this in the seminary. Which is kind of cool. I did like this idea. Okay, they sell swords and all sorts of stuff. Let's go with... let's go with... I'm not sure if the monastery actually gives you if monks are ranged fighters or not. My memory's a bit fuzzy on this game, okay? Can I get a city hall? No. Oh boy, that's expensive. Okay, I don't think we can build anything here because we basically build all the cities the same way. I'm gonna save up money. What do we need for a monastery? We need 8 crystals. That's a lot of them. Don't see any crystal mines here. Okay, I think over here we have another... I think this is a board post, so this is where the opponent sits, I guess. It's Mercury. Let's look for a crystal mine. Don't see one just yet. There are gnomes. There's a whole lot of very interesting neutral creatures. You can also get some of them. Like there are spells, for example, I think in nature magic you can get a summoning spell that basically gives you free units every day, which is kind of cool. But I think there are prerequisites and all sorts of stuff for that, so I'm not entirely sure on that. This is one of the games I also played before I basically got... not quite before, but... weeks later, Lord Lysander departed to retake 4 gold mines that had been seized by the supporters of Wharton. For some time now, a former knight named Normic and a known thief named Kayleen have been in the area. No doubt they are behind the sudden seizure of the mines. It was a smart move of Wharton's part, using people with no connection to himself to get the nobles in this area to divert the gold away from my lord's coffers. But still, Sir Wharton's claim to the throne continued to bother me. What if he was the real heir? So I asked Lysander why he was fighting Sir Wharton's rule. Because I don't believe he is a Griffinheart, Lysander said. He drew the Griffinheart blade. Yes, he replied. That was the one piece of evidence he couldn't dispute. There is something about Wharton that doesn't seem right. For instance, he says he got the Griffinheart blade from this king's swordbearer who brought it here from Erathia. But where is this swordbearer? If Wharton were truly a Griffinheart, wouldn't you have presented this swordbearer as evidence too? What if you're wrong, my lord? I'm not Milton. I know it. Among all of his attributes, I think I admire Lysander's confidence more than anything. So yeah, you get those little bits and bites of story. Oh, yeah, also you can use your troops to guard places, which is kind of nice. Is that a lighthouse? I'm not sure if it allows us to see underwater as well. Let's just take it. Okay, you can't use those to see. I would actually climb on that and try to look around, but apparently my heroes didn't think that far. Okay, do we want to attack those? Actually, first off, we want to switch around those two. I think this is basically... which one was that? I think it's actually... no, this is... damn it. I forgot which ones were the melee and which were the range positions. So I actually have to try that. We'll actually have to try it out. Let's take that first. Oh yeah, if you move into the yellow areas, they will attack you. Let's use the... let's use some magic here. Let's actually bless those guys. And we also want to switch the squires. Squires? What are you? Yes, squires and the crossbowmen. You'll also note that most units here, actually all the units, don't have a second level. Which is something I'm not too fond of, being perfectly honest here. I actually preferred them as, well, basically those two-level things where we could get a higher tier of troop and everything would be fine. Oh, by the way, if memory serves, your troops will gain experience, will gain shared experience, so you can attack that, wonderful. So why would a ballista actually go into melee? So if you have two heroes fighting in the same battle, they will both gain the same amount of experience. So I think the experience is basically doubled as opposed to shared among them, but I'm not sure on that one. I never really tried it. Attack shouldn't matter. We'll just revive them. No. Always worth a try. Yikes. Okay, so that was fun. As usual, the first battles are kinda easy going. Okay, we'll take the money again. I believe those heroes will not be of any use to us anyway later on, so there is no need to actually get those buffed up. I'm not sure if there's a maximum level here. Like, I'm quite sure in some cases... can we take on those leprechauns? I think we can. Let's try it at least. The lucky little bastards. Okay, what are you? We'll find some potions here. Wonderful. Immortality. Okay, very nice. Can be used before battle and only wears off when the hero dies. That sounds very useful. We apparently can't actually gain anything from the magic well because we're at maximum mana anyway. This hero is likely to stay there because he doesn't have any... I forgot to switch those around again. That was the slowest crossbow bolt I've ever seen. Do we have any? Okay, no, we have those potions. So if we use that, actually it's kind of a waste. So we'll just wait with you. I like their jauntily movements. What I would like to also see would be their movement range. Something else I didn't like about this game is how the movement grid worked, because... So now I get the movement, but I can't see it because there's a stupid menu right above them. That's kind of annoying. They didn't do that very well. Oh, well. Also, I think the movement of the animations of your troops didn't look that nice. I think they were much nicer in Heroes 3 and the other titles, because I think it's basically the same as the Worm series. Moving to 3D didn't really work out for them that well, I think. It's just my opinion, but I just don't think it worked very well for them. I mean, refining it further actually worked quite nicely. I think Heroes 5 was a great game. Loved it to bits. But we've got another turn. That's another thing. I think you can use your hero's initiative, and if you boost them far enough, you can get them to obscene amounts of damage and obscene speeds. Although we want to make sure this guy doesn't die on us here. So we probably want to whack those gnomes, leprechauns. I think it was leprechauns. Okay, we want to kill those. And we want to kill those. And there should be a pot of gold for each of those. We don't get that, sadly. We also didn't get the first level ups yet. Probably because most of the enemies were rather simple and easy to defeat. Got some more peasants there. I think I like the idea of getting more peasants on my side. We can get pikemen from there. Very nice. So if I had picked the guardhouse here... By the way, you can see we can't pick that now anymore. This building has been disabled. I'm not sure if that's because we are in a scenario, or I'm quite sure it's because we basically built the tier 2 building. Or a tier 2 building. Wonderful. Okay, there's a boat here. Okay, wolves we want to be careful with. Wolves are very, very annoying. Okay, some squires there. Don't attack them. Don't attack the wolves. I think I want to recruit some more guys. We could try it. There are dozens of wolves. Let's go back home first. And then let's explore this. This is free experience, so we want to take that. Especially with Lysander. Also, we said we need to switch those two. So I think this is front row, back row. No, front row, back row, front row, back row. And those heroes might be well placed in the back row as well, but screw it. Heroes are kind of tanky, at least at first. And even more later on. Like, if memory serves, the last scenario of this campaign basically has pitted your heroes exclusively against humongous armies. Which is kind of fun, if you ask me. I think it illustrates how absurdly overpowered heroes can become, because they can easily wipe out a stack of dragons later on. I think that's just an obscene amount of power for a simple unit. And having 6 heroes will allow you to do a lot of damage. And very gnarly things to your enemies. Okay, so now that's being said, time to discuss why I haven't streamed in so long, even though I really wanted to. Basically, when I finished my studies, I was looking for a job, and my search has not been very successful for a very long time, which has basically drained a lot of my resources, mostly financial. It's also kind of a drain for your self-esteem, but that's more of a secondary thing. I want to use that on myself now. So yeah, I had to basically work a lot to get myself out of a bit of a financial pit that I dig myself into that, but that I ended up in. And yeah, now that I'm not completely out of it yet, but I now have a job, at least for the time being. It's not something I'm intending to do for a very long time, but it's something that actually pays the rent for now. And you may laugh or not, but I'm currently working in a call center doing tech support for an internet provider. It's a terrible job, I can tell you that much. I've got to level up. Damn it. Okay, so yeah. Tech support on the call center is one of the worst jobs possible, at least for me. I hate it. Absolutely despise the job. Okay. Why didn't we grab this old bit? Anyway. So it's a terrible job, but as I said, it pays the bills. I actually get a breakfast each day, which is kind of nice. At least in the early shift. Work times are kind of hard, but I'm getting along. And they're paying me for each hour, which is kind of nice. There's no unpaid... Let's take some peasants. There is no unpaid extra hours. I wonder if peasants are actually worth their wages. We said front row, back row, front row, back row, front row. Wonderful. That's how we want this to go. Now, one thing in the Heroes games is you want to explore as much as possible, as quick as possible, which would actually mean we need to get some more troops. Okay, let's try to get Lysander's army up to scratch first. Okay, I don't have the 8 crystals yet. Why don't I have them yet? Alright, because we still have to collect them. That actually makes sense. That actually makes sense. We need to collect crystals first. I don't want to move too far up here because I'm quite sure there's an enemy lurking around here. There is this one-way portal. And it's very close to this city. So we want to keep this kind of defended for now. Do we have we have a seminary here. Why didn't anyone tell me? Okay, we could learn basic archery. I think I want basic archery. Yes, please. And now it's become a general. This is how the class system works. Combat and tactics skills are most likely to become available to the general class. And general's class ability gives all friendly creatures +1 morale. Now, as I said, I have not really looked into what each class does. Okay, yeah, building this prevents the barracks. What are we missing? We shouldn't be missing anything. Alright. Did I build already? No. Apparently we can't build this in this scenario, which kind of sucks. You can use a caravan. This is a very useful building that will allow you to send troops across the map very, very quickly. 30 movements a turn is substantial. Now, one other option of sending troops across the map is actually sending them across the map without a hero. Your armies can move without heroes, which is annoying because they have a very, very large movement pool. The animation takes ages, although I think you can speed this up in the options. And what else was there? Alright, of course, armies don't gain experience, so if you have an army of your own without a hero, and it wipes out a huge enemy army, which is unlikely without a hero, all the experience is basically lost, because no one will gain it. Okay, that being said, let's go, and I can't even build that, kinda sucks. Let's build let's get a castle. Now also, turrets work differently in this game than they did in the previous ones. What's that? Ooh, Pandora's box. Quite sure we all know what Pandora's box did. Okay, so we have everything here. I was hoping to get to actually get a monastery, but screw it. Let's go take that crystal first, and then take on the wolves. Okay, I'm quite sure this is something we'll have to explore. Let's recruit everything we can get from this city first, and then take on the wolves. Okay, so now we can get... that's nice. Increase the hero's range attack to 15 and divides the natural defense of by 1.5. So we'll do more damage. Okay. So we could learn basic offense or advanced archery. I'm not sure if it's like Heroes 5, where you basically have skills that are granted if you pick a certain skill. I'm quite sure they are. So we'll go with advanced archery. Do I want basic offense? I think that will actually do very nicely as well. Ah, there's so much stuff. All of this is kind of great. We'll actually go with advanced archery. Because Lysander is doing a... well, he has a crossbow, so he's doing a fair amount of damage. They have assistance. I want to take out those pixies first. Can you snipe them? Apparently you can't. So you do have your... yeah, this is your ammo. I think there's an artifact that has unlimited ammo as well. But now we'll just hit those wolves. Oh, we're not hitting them hard enough. Let's hit those. And some more of those. That was good. I'm not sure if morale actually always triggers at the same time. Let's take those out, at least for the most part. Let's have you hit those. We have a lot of squires. I'm not sure where we got all of those. But I'm happy we got them. Because as you can see, you win some, you lose some. Okay, we can't hit that. I think because those are basically blocking the way. They get 2 attacks, which is very annoying. And there you see why I didn't like this game at first. Oh, nice. Lysander will become a level 3 general. More morale and more luck. Yes, please. Let's take that. Okay, let's take this stuff first. Okay, so did we have another infinite gold thingy as well? Yes, so we get 250 and 500 gold each day, so that's 750 gold each day for free, which is kind of nice. Actually, a hefty sum. You will see it does make a big difference. Also getting more money. I think you can... no, you can't go higher than that. It's the Mage's Guild. As I said, I think Lysander's spells actually transfer to the next level, so everything he learns here is going to be kept for the next one. Although, of course, since he has a crossbow, we don't need him to actually get more spells, because he's kind of a combative hero as well. Anyway, and if you need buffs, a much easier way would be to basically get him a priest hero and use that to keep all the buffs going and all the healing going. Actually, quite a worthy investment. Let's try that. And one thing I did like about this idea here is that you don't have to wait for a certain hero to appear. Like in all the other Heroes games, if you need a certain class of hero, you can't. You're out of luck. You can't get one. And that was something I never liked. Just because it's been very annoying to basically keep that going, and to, at least in my opinion, it has been annoying to have to wait for that hero, or have to actually buy all the heroes in the taverns every day until you get the hero you need. Especially when there is another player with that faction you need, he will buy all the heroes of that faction because he can get them. And I think this was a very nice idea. By the way, this in the center here is the barbarian hero, which we can't get. I think barbarians are rare. They only appear in certain other cities. And obviously you can't get, I think, chaos and death mages in a life-aligned city. I mean, why would they appear there anyway? Now, what we could also do here is we could get a lord. I'm not sure how we can actually get the city to... I think it's just if we put the hero in here. So what you can do with every single location is you can actually put a lord in it. So we could get this guy here. I think if we switch around between male and female, we can also get other lords. So you can switch around if you really want to. You can also use this. But since heroes are fairly generic, there is no real reason to actually dig through all the heroes here, because in other games, most or many heroes have like their own skill, their own. I think starting from Heroes 3, you have heroes with a like preferred creature. So this hero would use this creature very efficiently, or he would boost the stats of this creature more than everything else. And in this game, heroes are very interchangeable. So unless you have a very strong one which you've trained, then of course he becomes quite a loss to lose. But for the most part, heroes are completely interchangeable. There's a whole lot of them, so it's very unlikely that somebody gets all the heroes. And you see there's a lot of them. There's also a lot of female heroes, so you're basically free to pick. Anyway, you could also get a mage if you wanted. So, yeah, I think that's kind of nice. And if we wanted to, we could get this hero another knight, or some form of defender. We could also get a hero for defending all the cities. I think I want a hero. Let's buy Tyrus here. Yeah, you see the skills basically don't change, so that's fine. So front row, back row, front row, back row, back row. If I'm not completely mistaken. Okay. Now, of course, we have something I don't like, which is a bit of a discrepancy between the two heroes in that particular army. Well, that's fine. Okay, you're there for this place. There's a sulfur mine. Okay, Mirth, I think, boosts morale of a unit. Before we do that, front, back, front. Nice. That's what we want to have here. I think if you have a caravan, you can also recruit creatures from surrounding buildings, which was also another change from, I think, Heroes 3. And I think I'll want a priest for this troop. Charge in here. Not sure how far they can move. They will use their first turn to basically buff themselves, which will be annoying because they will gain a lot of bonuses. Hello, and respect, and I'm so glad to have you back as well. And there's the downside of the Mirth spell, at least for us right now. These satyrs will always get their high morale. Okay, do I want to... I think I want to attack this stack here. 35 damage. That hurts. That really, really hurts. I think they have a weird death animation. Yeah, it looks really weird. Ooh, lucky there. You'll also notice that enemies will generally tend to attack you. So if they can, you can easily bait them. You can very easily bait them into attacking you. So if you have a very beefy unit like a hero, it's always a good idea to bring it in. That's sorted out. I believe after the battle, your hero's health will be restored automatically. So there is no downtime. You don't have to wait for X days to regain your health, but we'll have a look at this. Okay, do you want advanced tactics, or basic offense, or defense? We'll have basic offense, I think. And I want to check this health stat here. Okay, it doesn't say anything about recovery speed. I think he'll regain it tomorrow, so you can't have your hero run into battle at the same day several times. But if you wait for a turn, he should have all his health back. Let's not spend 4 grand on the caravan. We'll go with the... I think this kind of feels like a waste, because I usually don't buy any equipment here. I mean, in most Heroes games, you can find the good stuff anyway. So there's no reason to actually buy it. No. Who of those guys can still move? Not you, not you, probably you. No. Okay, whatever was able to move there, it has moved now. Shall we open Pandora's box? I think we should. Also, just to test. So yes, now this hero's health has been replenished. Nice. Okay. Did I just get all of that? Nice. I'm not sure what's the bad outcome there, but this one was actually quite good. Wait. We didn't take that, did we? Oh, of course we didn't. I was also considering to do a Seven Kingdoms 2 live stream today, but that would have taken a few hours, and I do have to go to bed at some point. Just given myself a 10-hour shift, so I don't want to do too much more of that. Very tired. I've also been talking because, as I said, a job in a call center does entail that, and right now I'm talking all day. Customers went mad today again. Oh no, that's not good. That is so not good. Could you bless the hell out of those? These guys are very, very beefy. They do a lot of damage, so we'll want to take them out. And now they are also lucky. Oh, we're in trouble. We are so in trouble. Okay, could you take out those guys? Okay, nice. Now these guys are stunned. I'm not sure if that means they lose their next turn. Yes, unable to act for 1 turn. I hope this also means retaliation. I don't want to move in here too close. I'm quite sure these guys here would tear me a new one. So you would actually have to wait. That would be nice to have a spell ready with those guys, or with this hero. We'll have him wait. You cast some armor on those. It's nice to have both an attacking and a defending hero, which is removing one of the troubles from the later games. Like, you would often have to decide whether or not you would want to attack with your hero, or whether you want to defend with that hero. And now you don't have to decide anymore. You can just go all in. You can have one hero attack, one hero defend. It's fine either way. Okay, we'll defend with that one. Just stop doing that. Do I want to attack the satyrs? I think I do. I actually think I don't. Screw it, let's go in. Maybe it'll stun them. Ow! That really hurt. That wasn't good. That wasn't good. Let's knock those out. Get special armor on the... What do we get it on? Let's get it on this guy as well. Let's knock those out. Oh, that's not what we wanted. That's so not what we wanted. Yeah, he'll of course go after those. I think it's a bit awkward if they have to move around like that. So, just clean up the chat for a moment. We don't have a means to resurrect anyone just yet. I think, by the way, if heroes die in here, they will become kind of a hero token, which will be resurrected in the next city. Although, of course, if your campaign heroes die, like all the vital heroes that you have to get through, you will lose a scenario. Even if they die, I'm not sure if they die in a city, but if they die somewhere else. Oh, those bastards. Ow! You git! We can't resurrect him. Did we bless those? Yes, we did. So let's also bless those. So I can show you the hero token thing. Oh, don't get in. Don't get in. Ah, he's just sneaking around. Very, very nice. Let's try not to get a second hero killed as well, because a lot of experience is on the line here. There is another light spell which I really like, which basically gives you additional not experience, but additional hit points. Yeah, we can just go in here, punch it. This will take a while to recover, but I think it was worth it in the end. Although, of course, this hero here will not gain any experience from that. Yeah, let's actually go with that. Life magic is also nice, but we'll take this one. There you can see this hero has basically turned into a gravestone. Yeah, why not? I wonder if I should send Lysander in here to gain some magic skills. That was Orin, right? Yes. Yes, let's learn that. Basic nobility is nice because it gives you extra money. At least not yet, but if you get estates and mining and stuff, you can get more money, which is kind of nice. What's that? Oh, nothing. Okay. What to build? Let's go with a citadel. I'm quite sure we'll be attacked at some point, even though, as I said, turrets work differently. In this game, turrets are actually manned by your units. So you have to have the unit ready and able to stand on that, but you can also move him away. I was polishing Lysander's breastplate while he studied the map of the area. 4 specific towns had been marked on the map. Each was located near one of the gold mines that had been captured. And even though he had sent several letters to the nobles ruling those towns, he received no reply. Lysander's fist came down so hard on the map that he nearly crushed a small, portable table underneath. My own people are sending me warnings to stay off their land. I'd like to throw them all in jail. Why don't you, sir? I asked. If you had just mustered all of Pedro's army, it would have been a simple task. I can't. It's just what Walton wants me to do. These nobles are too influential. If I attack their towns, they will call me a usurper and drum up the support they need from the other nobles of Paladra. The mines belong to Paladra, but I gave these men the land they built their towns on. I can't take it back without alienating myself from everyone. You're just going to leave them alone? I asked, stunned. Lysander had always been the proactive type. He never let a problem remain unsolved for long. Oh, believe me, if they're foolish enough to march an army against me, I'll teach them a lesson. I just can't touch their towns. Not yet. But we're going to take the mines, right? I'm not about to let Walton have that gold. But Walton's flunkies, Norvik and Kayleen, are the real problem. They're criminals as far as Paladra is concerned. Once I put them behind bars, the mines should be safe. So I think this is basically a hint that we'll be attacked by those two criminals soon. I think I want to beef up my army, but I also want to get Lysander to nobility. Because it's a very useful skill for him to have. He'll be joining us for all the for most of the game, actually for all of the campaign. So giving him skills that will grant him more money and let you take more stuff is generally a good idea. Also, yes, ranged units will have a retaliation now. Totally forgot about that. Ow! Stop it. Okay, let's hit those now. Ooh, morale. Let's hit that one. And that one. Yeah, you can see you can actually block them off, which is kind of cool. We can look at Lysander now. He actually has 116 or 120 life points. So he basically gained 2 per level. Yeah. 10 per level. And I think this should restore our... Yeah, there we go. The local temple resurrects your hero. Now, as in older games, your health, your hero's mana, will not restore as quick as the rest. Okay, so we can't get that. Let's get a healing cathedral here as well, or a holy cathedral rather. So this gives us more spells. Also want some more units because we kind of lost a whole lot of them. Why would you do that? Please stack them, would you? Do I want to attack those wolves now? Actually, don't think I should, but I will. You know me. I'm not a man of... Actually, I do have a few good ideas, but not all the time, you know? So this will give me level 3 light spell. Which is nice and all, but I think what I really want to do is get a priest from here and get another priest for Lysander. Okay, this is the town with Lysander. That's a prison. Yeah, enemy heroes will be captured, so if you want your heroes back, in other games you could basically hope for them to reappear in your tavern, you could run away. In this game, if you lose your heroes, they will be captured, and you will basically have to free them from the city they've been brought to. They can't be moved, I think, so you can't really move a hero to your capital, if you will. Unless, of course, it's the only place that has a prison. I think in that case it works. Okay, what do I want to... Alright, I want to build or to hire a priest. So let's hire her. And get her to Lysander. I hope this went back for me. No, wonderful. So you go to the back row as well. Oh, really? Okay, fine, then she doesn't have the movement to do that. That's actually okay, I don't care. Let's just see if we can build something else. Let's get a city hall. More money is always good. Can we get another? We have one here already. It's kind of cool that the higher magic buildings don't do too much. I think this is the... Oh no, it's not the spell I wanted. But this is something we definitely want to have. Having all friendly creatures do maximum damage in one turn is certainly worth having. Yes, please, move it. Okay, now let's move Sanya. Sanya? Yes, let's move Sanya onto here so we can unite her army. Well, her with the rest of the army, that is. We want to get... Actually, we wanted to get some upgrades here. We'll throw all the upgrades onto Lysander. Ooh, a primary magic skill for free. Nice. Do I want order magic? I don't know. I actually give this to Sanya. And if we can get life magic, we'll get this for Lysander. It's always nice to be able to buff your troops. Even if it's just a little bit. It's good to be able to buff them. Okay, do I want to attack this? Let's wait for that. Let's wait for you. Okay, resistant to order spells. Let's get some armor up. Which, by the way, I think stacks with the celestial armor, which is kind of cool. So you can really beef up your heroes with that. I hope I don't lose this hero. This is the difficult part for the fighting heroes. Well, actually, for all of them. The first battles in the game where they don't have much health and no high defense. They are very easy targets, especially if you have a magic-oriented hero. And you fight against some ranged creatures. They will very easily completely wipe them out. Okay, lucky one there. Now, let's actually bind this wound so we don't lose that hero and get her some experience for once. We'll have to hit that. Stupid obstacle. That worked. Oh, by the way, if the game says don't attack those cities, don't attack those cities. It's instant loss. Wait a minute. Did we have a witch's hut somewhere here? No, we didn't. That was not his army anyway. We want to give this guy a priest for buffing as well. Okay. I mean, it would also probably be a nice idea to move everybody to the seminary. And now we're getting all the spells as well, which is kind of cool. I really like I really like adding those magic spells and getting more stuff, although didn't get too much here. Also, Martyr's kind of nice. But it has to be cast on a friendly target. It would be too powerful to actually be able to cast Martyr on a hostile target and basically throw all the damage on that one. Okay. Okay, so we can't actually learn here. At least we can't learn new spells here, which is kind of annoying. I was hoping I could get some basic life magic going here. Okay, I think we can take that on. Let's grab that first, though. We'll let them run. Don't think I actually gain any experience for that, which kind of sucks. I think later on you gain, I think 3/4 or half the experience you would gain if you had let them, if you had fought them. Okay, we'll take that. Wizards. They can cast spells. That's very annoying. An enemy that can cast spells is the worst enemy. I could have totally used those portals. I probably should have used those portals earlier. My apologies for not noticing that one. Okay, let's get a priest. We need a priest. Are you a priest? Yes, you're a priest. Let's get him and put him into here. I gotta say, this music is very, very soothing as well. Very calming. Do I own that? I don't think I do. Did I really forget to take this ore pit? Did I really forget to take the... I did forget. Sorry to everybody who has been screaming at their screen here. I don't think we'll get the first scenario done this stream. I will do like 15 more minutes. And then we'll be done with the stream. I'll go to bed actually. Okay, you wait. Yeah, right. Yeah, let's bless our ranged units. Especially those that do the damage. With their very, very, very slow arrows. Bolts, rather. Yeah, you can see Lysander's doing a bit more damage now. He's actually becoming quite formidable. As I said later on, stronger units will be absurdly, or stronger heroes will be absurdly strong. They can cast spells that wipe out entire armies, they can protect themselves, they can soak up damage from a stack of dragons, and it makes the game very unbalanced, if you will. Especially if you picked, I'm always hesitant to say the right kinds of skills or the right skills, but especially if you picked a very powerful combination, which there are a few. There are certain few that will be very, very powerful if you get them. Like, it takes a while to actually try and get those skills unlocked, although if you're lucky you can get them in a seminary. Okay, advanced combat. I believe this inventory is actually shared among the heroes, so they can both use the potions, I think. No, they can't. Actually, I'll go to the first one. I'm not sure if if I should start splitting my armies or getting more defenders for the cities. I'm very worried about those first level cities there. Just saying. Level that up. I want to get the high level spells. Which one was the seminary? Oh yeah, you have a bit of downtime between the between hiring heroes, so you don't just spam them, which is, I think, a very good idea. It keeps the game somewhat balanced because you can't spam heroes. You can't get all the heroes in one go. Which is nothing I had a problem with too much. Yeah, bonus life points, mass nature ward, very nice spells. Very, very nice spells. If only you could get Lysander to actually be able to learn the bloody things. That one's good. Regeneration. I think this will even be able to resurrect units. So it's definitely something you want to get. Especially for your heroes. If you don't have to heal them and you can just keep spamming or you can just keep attacking. Yeah, we can take on pikemen. Those aren't too many of them. It's one less anyway. Also, yeah, sorry if to those of you who expected a more elaborate and a fancy explanation for why I haven't been streaming. I just had to basically get a job, get some money, pay some bills, including my internet bill, and yeah. That was it. I was broke. And kind of depressed. But yeah, things are looking better now. I also have some real job offers again. I keep looking for a job. I keep trying to apply to jobs and basically find something that pays me decently. Okay, could we actually get the where's Lysander City? What's this one? Can we get live? Oh, we can't get live magic here. That sucks. It's also kind of cool to experiment with the various combinations. Like if you pick a for example, I could pick a lord here. I can't do that just yet. But you could, for example, hire a lord here and teach him some combat skills and make him, or some leadership skills, and make him basically the leader of the city. And have him defend the place very, very efficiently. I really like this ability to tailor heroes to your needs rather than having to wait for the right one to appear in your tavern. Okay, let's see if I want you. Actually, no. Go back. No, go back into the portal. Okay. So yes, that was the place. I'm pretty hesitant to move too far away. There's some cursed ground. I'm not sure what that does, aside of making me use more movement points. Let's get the stables here. Why don't you stack those? Okay, want to go to the cursed? Yes, I do. Screw it, let's go all in. So it's a lot cheaper to build those up. If you remember, in other games you had to pay an exceeding amount of resources to basically level up your mage's guild. In this case it's like 1000 gold and basic building materials, which is very, very cheap. Ooh, nice. Okay. I mean, it's kind of a waste to actually build those now, considering we don't have the ability to learn those spells just yet. Ooh, dozens of zombies. We can actually use our holy water. To some extent, let's actually fight them. We need the experience. Now that's an impressive throw. I just felt like using it because I don't think the enemies here will, at the end, will be of the death kind. I think they're both chaos units. Let's use those pikemen. Yeah, I think those animations also weren't very pretty. Ooh! Negate first strike and long weapons. So those guys actually have a kind of no retaliation attack. They should at least be able to stab zombies without being poked by them. I'm not sure if, for example, the general skills, as in the skills of the general, that will give you more, or will give all troops more damage, if they're stacked. So if you have like 3 general heroes, they will just boost everyone to high heavens, basically. I wish you could see how many will die. It's like a big issue I have with this. Later on, actually in most other games you can see how many units will die from your attack. Can't do that here. Okay, let's actually shield those. I hope we're using the long range attack. Yes. Okay. I was thought I had to click on a very specific spot on the ground to actually make them attack the from a range or from a distance. Okay, hit that. Those are tough indeed. And of course those will pile onto the unit that has used up its retaliation. I wish we had another crossbow. That just seems to have crashed my game. I apologize for that. Shouldn't have happened. Just seems to have crashed the game altogether, but I think it's a good time to call the stream. So next time I'll probably jump in after this battle. We didn't lose too much after all. So until then, bye. Also, hooray, I'm back.